Look at her. She's got a whole notebook.
I love
Who
everything
leaves
about
the
it.
paper?
I really feel like the 5 minutes I looked at this 2 hours ago. We're gonna do great.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode here on the After Hours podcast, and we have a special edition for you today. There's not one, not two, but four of us co-hosting. We got, as always, the best co-host in the game, Schmidtty32. We got a newcomer in the mix, ThatBoutiqueGamer, and a returning legend, DyslexicOctopi. We have a lot of stuff to talk about in a short amount of time because if we get going, we're going to be here for the next 3 hours. So let's kick things off with some intros. And the newbie, Boutique Gamer, go ahead and start us off. Introduce yourself for all the viewers out there.
Of course, I'm going to go first.
Throwing you right to the fire.
Well, guys, I'm Allison, but you can call me Boutique Gamer. I kind of stole your line, MrJ, but by day, I'm an assistant director. But my real passion is gaming and building a positive community. When I'm not live, you can find me geeking over the latest game news, honing my skills in Fortnite, being a dog mom, or brainstorming new ideas for my stream. I'm all about welcoming people into my channel. Beyond gaming, I'm a firm believer in the power of positivity and spreading kindness. Life is too short not to uplift each other. But MrJ, thank you for letting me be a part of this amazing podcast. I am so excited.
Professional.
Yeah, do you hear that?
Like,
Welcoming
boutique.
yesterday. She welcomes people into the community, not forces them to play Skull and Bones.
I feel like I feel like I have to start writing a speech now. Like,
Take notes, guys.
I was good. I was gonna
Okay.
say, I was like, damn,
I pour my
dude.
heart into soul. into
I'm
that.
usually like, hi, I like turtles.
Dyslexic, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
DyslexicOctopi. I just streamed yesterday. It was very fun. Hopefully doing that more in the future. Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, you can find me at Twitch at DyslexicOctopi. Easy peasy.
Short and sweet. Schmitty, go ahead.
I like turtles.
There it is.
Oh my god.
Welcome on in, people. Schmidtty32, charity variety streamer, currently raising money for Second Chance Dog Rescue Foundation. We stream Tuesdays through Saturdays, do a variety of content, but we cannot get over the managed democracy right now. But we are pulling ourselves away to find that legendary almighty Bigfoot. Wouldn't have it any other way. You can find me at twitch.tv/Schmidty32 if you want, and we'll chill out and have a good time.
And he's got the whole soundboard.
Dude, he's, yes. We can't hear it, but like he is locked and loaded now. How many pages do you have set up on that thing?
Oh god.
Oh.
Schmitty, oh god, he's not going to answer. He's like, I'm embarrassed now.
Wait, no, I wasn't even listening. I was playing a Borat sound.
It's
He was talking
5.
about sexy time.
Oh my gosh. Anyway. My name is Mr. J. Gilbert. I'm a teacher by day, streamer by night. I stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time here on twitch.tv/Mr. J. Gilbert. I do a lot of variety style games where I get to play with you, the community members, chat members. So if you want to pop into a stream, if you have the game we're playing, there's an open spot. Feel free. I love to play with you guys. Love to meet you sometime. And love to see you in a stream. All right.
Seamless.
There it is.
Absolutely seamless.
I say this every time, but we have to record intros and then just play it.
100%.
Well,
100%.
like
Where we all
intro
I have
videos?
buttons.
You've been
I have
saying that for
buttons
months.
for that now. I have buttons for that now.
Like 6 months at least.
Did
if
I
not
say
a
this?
year.
Did I say the
And
same
you
thing?
have yet to make it. Yeah, you keep saying I need an outro, so I don't have to keep saying this.
I'm so lazy though.
I just like to wing it every time. It's different every time.
You're,
I like
you're not
turtles.
lazy enough because you still put up that giant green screen and made backdrops for that.
God, how cool is that though? Come on,
Ooh,
don't.
and
cool.
I set up,
Don't.
and I
It's super
What-
cool. I just
just
need you
like-
to get a better Bluetooth when you walk over there.
That's so cheap, dude. It's so bad.
are you
all right.
listening dyslexic?
What? No,
To a
just in
stream?
Discord.
No.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll get to that later. I added so many Helldiver effects.
Oh God.
Yeah, here we go.
I love
All
it.
night long.
You ever wanted a theme song done in kazoos? I have it,
Yes.
sir.
Perfect.
Well,
just
guys,
keep
our
moving,
first
guys.
segment here on the podcast is What's on Your Mind? And I'm going to switch it up. And Schmitty, what's on your mind, my friend?
Ooh, I don't know. I've been hearing a little bit about this, and I was like the other day, oh shit, I think this is actually a real thing. Apparently, Jake Paul is going to fight Mike Tyson.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
Apparently, this is a thing.
Yep.
I thought it was just one of those like kind of memes or stupid things or like blowing smoke like Tyson. Like, yeah, I'll fight anyone, but like, don't fight me, Mike Tyson. I'm so sorry. Dude. I will never try to impersonate your voice ever again. But I was like, this seems like it's a real thing. I didn't look at like when exactly it's going on, but oh my god, dude.
It's this summer,
I
isn't
hope
it?
Tyson just beats the shit out of him.
Well,
I can't stand Jake Paul.
so
or,
I don't-
or any of Logan Paul or Jake Paul.
Can't
Any
do
of
it.
the
Right.
Pauls, dude.
I don't know much about it, but from what I do know is the contract or whatever that Mike Tyson has heavily favors him to like go all 8 rounds and not knock him out. Like
Have you
he
seen
gets
his training videos.
right.
he's been
Like
putting out
Mike
lately?
Tyson will get paid more the longer the fight goes on.
Now, do you think Mike Tyson should join slap fighting?
At age 50, no.
Yeah, I don't know
die.
about
Oh,
that
dude.
one.
I mean, hey, as I said, have you seen these training videos? Like that
Yeah.
dude, he is still a wrecking ball. There is no at 50, 60, he could be 80
Yeah,
years old.
but
There is no goddamn way I'm
He
stepping in the
can
ring.
give the hits still, but taking them's gonna
That's
be.
the difference. Yeah.
That's yeah.
And
Oh,
I don't know,
think
but
he's gonna be
I would
fine.
let him sit on me. Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I love this. Thank
All
you
right.
for your contribution
Crush
here.
me.
That's incredible. You know?
Oh, my
Oh, but yeah,
God.
He's
he's
scary.
tough-
He's
Yeah.
scary.
tough,
Yeah.
scary motherfucker. He's
Yeah.
got like a good heart. I feel
Like if
like
I
he's
see him
good
in a fucking
dude,
like
but
room full of people, he would be the one. I'd be like, yeah, goodbye.
uh-huh.
yeah.
Yep.
Like
There was
his
there
face
was
tattoo itself is like horrifying.
But then he
Yeah,
but then he talks and I don't get scared. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think
do
it
you-
makes him
do you
more
think
scary,
having-
right?
Do you think talking like that made him have to fight growing up and like
You'd think, yes.
honestly,
like it like
probably,
was
yeah.
the survival? Because like I had a speech impediment and a lisp growing up, and like I was mad as shit. I remember in 5th grade I pushed a kid through a wall, and it was just like that's when people started backing off of me. Yeah, seriously, you know the dividing walls that they
silent.
had, how you could like collapse them and
Yep,
stuff.
Yep.
Pushed him through it, but in my defense, it was that like first hour of school, like we just sit down for first hour, first period, and he hits me in the face with a hardcover math book,
Oof.
cut my lip
Oh.
open. And do you think I wasn't gonna retaliate? I might be a big guy, but I ran around so quick, I grabbed him and put him right through the wall. It was great. It was great.
I want to see that
Fond
Schmidty.
memories.
I want to see
fond memories.
I want to see anger Schmidty.
Nah, angry Schmidt's dead. He gone. Or with the right amount of whiskey,
Yeah.
he can come on.
Ah,
We don't drink whiskey much anymore. Though.
Heyo.
that's fair.
Heyo.
That's fair.
Dyslexic, what's on your mind, my friend?
Oh, just this tiny box over here. Oh God, it's
That's so heavy. Hold on.
so heavy. Oh my God,
God.
it's so
That's really
cool.
cool. That's really
nerd
fucking
alert.
cool,
Giant
dude.
Nerd
boy,
alert.
and it's got all the little cards. This is hopefully not mirrored, but it probably is because Discord's dumb. Anyways,
So is that a game or is that
got-
like a collector's?
yes. So
I
it's
know-
like
I don't know
digital
whether it's
copies
a
of all the
game or a
games
sex
plus
toy
the
at this
cards.
point.
Oh,
So
okay.
the cards are like perks and like traits that you
Sure.
pick up throughout the games, right? And it's all 50s style. So it's very cool,
Unbelievable.
very dope.
Fallout
Are you
series
gonna
I've
sit
never
on it?
played.
Yes, but it's literally all the games.
Yeah.
So Fallout 2, Fallout Tactics, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, and 76, all in one shiny package for only like $70, Mr. J.
Only.
Only.
Love that.
Only.
I clearly bought it before I became unemployed, but
Yeah. I have war bonds to buy. I can't be buying Fallout stuff.
that's fair.
For a game that you never.
Well, you were saying you wanted more single player stuff, so you know.
I did play
it is.
Fallout New Vegas for a little bit, but I never really
Okay.
got into the series, and I wish I would have, knowing like the games. You know what I mean? Or knowing this
New
TV
Vegas
show now.
was the best.
New Vegas is revered as one of the best for sure. So
And anyone that ever sided with Caesar, we are not friends.
Allie, what about you? What's on your mind?
Like I said, I wrote up my stuff, so it's very like formal.
You know you can like have a conversation with us, right? Like you
Right,
don't
so
have to like
don't have
read
to
from a
it word for
script.
word. I know you're a teacher.
okay.
But you can do this.
Okay,
Do
well,
your
I'm not a
thing,
teacher
do your thing.
anymore.
I support
So-
you, Allie.
What's been on my mind lately is basically like the whole work-life balance kind of thing. So me, I got promoted as an assistant director to preschool. So I basically like
Nice.
run the thing. I do all those. I have to worry about like 18 teachers. I have to worry about like 90 kids. So like for me, like it's just work streaming, fiance, dogs, and everything else. It's just like, blah, blah, blah. Like it's just like
Right.
a whole like just scribble on my brain. So like my question to you guys is like,
Oh.
how do you balance it, and like, what is your take on like you trying to like, balance work things and life things?
I know
Someone
for
go
myself
first.
personally, I just don't add new life things. We don't plan on having kids or anything. I'm stable in my job. I'm not, looking at moving up in the near future. And yeah, we just do that. And, as far as the streaming, I know Mr. J and I have talked about this. Like, it's just something that you really have to have a passion for at the end of the day and enjoy doing it, whether there's one person or 1,000 people. It really helps kind of keep the motivation to keep, at least in my opinion, to do it over and over again. But it is a delicate balance, a delicate ecosystem. I think with Dog Mom, I get maybe Friday evenings typically, maybe about 5 hours where I get to sit down and actually hang out with the family, as I'm sure many of you understand that you're just busy all the time. It's like the dogs and school or, work and streaming takes up a lot of time, and it's hard sometimes.
I think me personally, like I out of all of us, I think I probably have the most on my plate because like with streaming, full-time job, family, and I have kids. So like
Do
my
you
kids,
know your kids' names?
kids, no, but I have them. You know what I mean? They're upstairs somewhere, and and it's like, and this is not a healthy decision by any means, but like my work life balance, what I've chose to like suffer is sleep. Like I just stay up later than I should, so I can still get in gaming. Times like this where I get to hang out, podcast, playing games with people, having my own time. You know what I mean? And it's like I feel like if I went to bed, at a normal time, I would miss all of this. So it's like my work life balance. I'm like I just sacrifice a couple hours of sleep to have like my own personal time.
I always feel like as a, here, like as a parent, like you just don't sleep anyway.
It's for the first couple years. Yeah, it's definitely rough.
It's like so many parents, they're like, I
for
sleep
sure.
like 5 hours every night. And I'm like, how do you get anything less than 8 and function?
I do that now, but yeah.
Yeah, same. Pretty much 5 hours is a good night for me.
Yep.
So, even without a job. So.
Sounds like robot sympathizers to me.
Just working hard for that democracy. But yeah, I guess I don't balance it well, which is also one of my problems, at least as far as doing like outing things and like remembering people's birthdays and keeping in touch with friends and things like that. Like if they're not in the online, I am online so much, it tends to go to the wayside. But at the same time, like as far as work goes, whenever I leave work, and that's kind of why I didn't like working from home, is like when I leave work, I'm off. So like as soon as my time hit, that's it. Like I don't answer emails, I don't answer phone calls, anything like that, unless I'm like supposed to be on call. But outside of that, it just laptop's off, done. That's it. And that's kind of how I drew that line and then got that me time, was as soon as I clocked out, that was it.
Right.
That you bug me for work, doesn't matter, I'm not picking up the phone, right? So
Yeah.
And that drawing those hard lines and really like, it's not very fun, but living by a schedule will help you with some of that, like actually scheduling all that stuff out and maintaining that and really carving out that niche little you time in the midst of all that chaos will be helpful to you. It just kind of sucks because then your life literally is just a big schedule, but at least you get and know that you're going to have that me time.
Right.
So basically, if I call you dyslexic and you don't answer, you're considering it work to talk to me. This is how I
Yes,
interpret
that's it.
this
No,
right
Basically
now.
what happens.
I'm
100%.
probably
If I invite you to
playing a game
Helldivers and you
ignoring my
don't
phone.
join,
Yes,
I'm gonna know exactly why.
Yep.
Honestly, I kind of feel like where I draw the line, I can't like when someone texts me from work, I answer them right away when I'm off the clock. Because like
Well,
the teachers, they reach out to me like say like their like physical was due just like 2 days ago. Someone texted me literally at like 11 o'clock at night, and I answered back. Like I have that issue where like I can't like separate the two, and my director is the same exact way.
Yeah, and
She just ignores people, but like people when
think
they
that's
get
different
ignored.
for assistant
Yeah.
directors and managers and things like that. It's
Yeah,
like a
you're
lot
in
of
a
those
leadership
management positions
position.
are
Yeah.
salary.
Well, it's like
yeah,
teachers, they call out sick.
it's
They're
expected.
texting
Yeah.
me at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I don't go
Yeah.
until 9 o'clock. I'm like, stop fucking texting me. I'm sleeping. Like,
Yeah.
go text, go text my other director. Like,
So yeah.
it's just hard because like, I used to work there before as a teacher, so I
Right.
quit and then I went back. So I had that relationship of the coworker relationship, and now with me being this, this top position, it's kind of hard because they look at me like a coworker.
Right.
They don't see myself as an assistant director. So
Right.
they're kind of like weirded out, like, oh my God, like, what do I do? Like, I know how to talk to her or like approach her. I don't know if I should joke around with her. So it's like really hard to like, separate the two.
Yeah, and I think I had that too, where I had a coworker that became a friend and then later became my boss a few times. And it really just comes down to like work is work, and whatever happens work related. If there are any issues that are work related, like it's just work. Like
Yeah.
at work, you do what you got to do. If I screw up, I expect you to reprimand me. Like you just kind of have to have those adult conversations and not take it personally, especially when it involves the job. But in your case, where you are kind of sort of on call, just because you're in a leadership position, I would say, unless it's like a 911 or something, just let it go.
Right.
Yeah, like-
right. If they're just like, oh, I forgot to turn this in, and it's something simple, like,
That's
oh,
what
you
it
just
would
turn it
be.
in tomorrow or something like that, like that's fine.
Right.
Right. It's something that you can let go to the next day or respond to the next day at the earliest or something like that. I would do that. But
Yeah.
obviously, if it is like an emergency, it's got to get at then it's kind of part of your
It can be the
role.
littlest things, like, oh, like,
Yeah.
can I come in like 5 minutes late because my daughter this, and that?
Yeah.
I don't care. Like,
Right,
just say,
exactly.
hey, like, I'm coming in 5 minutes late, and that's it. Like, I don't want to hear your story behind
But
it. Just
501,
tell
you're
me.
fired.
No.
Yeah, I totally understand that. There was a kitchen I ran for a couple years, and I worked as kind of like a sous chef there before I got promoted to like just took over the whole kitchen. And I had some of my other line chefs and everything that would start consistently showing up like 20 minutes, half hour, like late. They'd have other people clocking other people in because they were running late and like a lot of shenanigans. And it got to the point where I had to go up and tell them that I was like, this has got to stop, or, you're not going to be working here. I got the GM, talking to me about this stuff, and I'm the one that has to do this. And they're like, oh, you don't have to be a dick about it and this and that. I'm like, it's not personal, dude. This is like professional. Like,
Exactly.
just show up to work on time. 5 minutes late, whatever. When it starts to be like half hour, 40 minutes, and you only have 2 hours to like prep and get ready for the day before like the dinner rush. And yeah, they were just so mad that I was holding them accountable, and it was a hard transition, but once we had that talk, everything smoothed out, thankfully, and we got through it, man. But I understand being in that, like going from coworkers where we're all drinking buddies, and then all of a sudden it's like I find myself like having to like manage you, and it's like, just don't do anything stupid and I won't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Kind of building off your work-life balance topic, Ali, like my biggest challenge, I guess, for work-life balance is, since I'm a teacher, and you can understand this too, like I deal
She
with
might not be paying attention.
I know she's rating out right now, but
For the sake of the podcast.
for the sake of the podcast, yeah. I teach kids on a daily basis, so like my patience gets worn thin, right? And then when I come home to my own kids that I haven't seen all day, like unfortunately, I just have a shorter fuse for them because I've just been dealing with 27 kids all day long. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of unfortunate.
Your kids too. They should know better.
Right? But like I struggle sometimes. So I'm like, I should not snap on you right now because you didn't really do anything that bad. I'm just exhausted from the day.
Yeah.
So like that's my work-life balance that like I need to.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm still working on.
No,
I was
good. All good.
No, I was saying like what you like. You understand this too, but like since I teach kids all day long, my fuse is a lot shorter when I get home because all those kids kind of wear out my patience. So then when I get home to my own kids, I'm kind of a lot more shorter or angrier with them, and I shouldn't be, only because I'm just exhausted from the day.
Because them kids, let me tell
The
you, when I
worst.
was a teacher, I couldn't even I couldn't just like separate it. Like when I got home, like I would lash out on my fiance because that's how pissed
get
I
it.
was for the day. But you want to know what? At the end of the day, those kids, they look up to you and you're their role model. And if you show that you're stressed out from them, they feed off of that. They're kids. Kids are smart motherfuckers. I'll tell you
Yeah.
this right now.
I'm a
Because
role model.
I can walk in with the
You shouldn't be
resting,
proud of that.
face going on, and they know, like, oh my God, Miss Allie, like, what's wrong, Miss Allie? Are you okay? Like, they know when I'm pissed off when I walk in the morning. If I don't have my coffee, they know instantly, like, oh God, today's gonna be the day where she rains hell.
Kids
on all of
walking up
us.
with a triple draft latte. Like, here you go, Miss Sally. Please, please.
We got this for you. Please show a
But
movie
no, like,
today.
it's like the short tempers. I get that. Even as like this is director position now, like those teachers sometimes they act like the children, and I'm like, I was in your place. I understand that you're a teacher. I was a teacher. I was there. I understand that you're stressed out. I understand these kids don't listen when you want them to, but you want to know what? At the end of the day, they're kids. You know?
Yeah.
So you guys got to be there for them. They're there to nourish. They're there to grow. They're there to learn. You got to be that role model for them.
For sure.
So that's my little
Yeah.
spiel.
That's why I quit education.
Guys, what's on my mind, and I'm going to bring this up one more time because I know Schmidtty hasn't heard enough of it. Caitlin Clark got drafted number 1 overall to the Indiana Fever, and get this, okay?
Yeah.
The women's draft, or the WNBA draft, set a record for 2.4 million viewers. The previous record was only 600,000. This one set a record 2.4 million. And
Dang.
all of her jersey sales and all of the Indiana Fever, where she got drafted, home games are already sold out.
Oh my God.
believe it.
Never
So
happened.
They retired her number and everything. Right?
Yeah,
So,
never happened
that makes
before.
sense.
It's like
That's
Caitlin
crazy.
Clark is taking over basketball.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's
As
just,
I tell people, I know more about Caitlin Clark than I do about LeBron James.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know
At least
why,
Caitlin
though?
Clark, I know where she went to college.
Yep, there you go. That's all you need.
It's
That-
because she
just that
was
fact alone, I
humble,
know
right?
more than
Like,
LeBron.
she wasn't like super cocky,
No.
even though she was good.
Yeah.
Like,
I heard
She
she has her own line of Nikes now, and I'm very
Oh.
happy for her. But it's just like when
Air
things become
Clarks?
so
Okay.
popular and it just like
Air
echoes
Clark.
and reverberates your ear. I was the same way with Game of Thrones, where it's just like
Yeah.
that's all anyone ever talks about in the area because I'm from that area, or that's where
Yeah.
I live, and God, it's just everyone is just like, what shoes is she gonna wear today, and what about this, and what color socks, and it's just like,
Right.
oh my God, dude, when it reaches like deity level, it's like, y'all like play some video games or something, man. Come on.
My wife was already looking up tickets because the closest game that she'll come to is Minnesota. So she was already looking up tickets to try to go to WNBA game.
gosh.
They're already
wild.
like sold out.
Yeah, but
Dang.
apparently
She
yeah,
just
they're
got
already
drafted.
like with Nike now, and it's
Yeah.
just it's wild, absolutely
That
wild.
is wild.
Yeah.
It's a shame you could have actually visited Crit.
I
Been a
know.
good friend.
Like we're definitely
Yeah,
gonna
we'd have
go,
to-
but like it's already sold out.
Yeah, right.
Hey, he's coming down to Des Moines Con, so he's gonna stay with me for the weekend.
Yeah, you always make him come down. That's
Oh,
the
is
thing.
it official then? It's official.
Because the Des Moines Con, yeah. So I mean, obviously you're still going, right? So Crit and I will go. Torque said he still plans on going, and then obviously we'll put the feelers out for anybody else. But I figured if anything, like at least it's nice for us to kind of get together and hang out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If
I
somebody
hadn't,
buys me tickets, I'll go.
Just move up here, dude. I'll kick my wife out. You can live with me.
You okay? Yeah, let's go.
So are we getting
I'll
like a
take the
hotel down
Amazon,
there and
yeah.
everything?
Well, we do need to
or are
start-
You guys going back?
We do
to
need
your
to start
place
looking at that now because I'll talk to Chris. I mentioned to him that he'll stay with me Friday night, but Saturday I told him that we could split a hotel room, you know, wherever you guys are at and whatnot, so then we could all be in the same place and just kind of hang out all night long. But I'll talk with him to make sure he's still cool with that.
Yeah,
But all right, guys, let's get to some discussion topics for tonight.
that was great.
The first one, Schmidtty and Dyslexic could obviously chime in a little bit. Allie, you dabbled a little bit in New World, so feel free to.
I liked it, but
Yeah, feel free to kind of pop in whenever. But guys, New World's future is hanging by a thread right now. Dead game. It's dipped under 10,000 concurrent players. But apparently, so they've had server merges again. They've had a big content drought. But apparently, this summer is supposed to be like a really, really big reveal that is supposed to save the game. They're trying to keep it hush-hush. Yeah. So the summer there's a Gamescom or Games Expo or something like that they're gonna reveal like something big, like big updates or whatever that is supposedly supposed to save the game. So like my question to you guys or everybody is, what could actually save New World?
I mean, more stuff to do, and I guess ease of access to that stuff, which I feel they did a good job with the dungeons and the cross-server ability to join dungeons. Like that was very beneficial. Getting rid of the stupid tuning stones that they did early on was very beneficial. Not having to have those for dungeons. I get what they were going for. They just want people to do dungeons to level up, but at the
I
same
do
time,
feel like it is really bloated between all the cooking and crafting and just all the farming you have to do for materials or coin to just buy it at the store. It can get a little overwhelming, just all the little tasks and what I did play there for quite a while too, and I think I only had maybe 4 or 5 skills maxed out.
Yeah, I'd say that's their biggest hurdle right now, especially with new players, is just getting them into crafting. Because who wants to do that, especially now that they up the levels even
You're
more?
so far behind the curve. And
Like,
I mean, yes, I
yeah,
understand you have the XP potions and all of that for gathering and stuff, but it's like you have to put a bit of thought and planning into it
yeah.
to do it. And I wish it
Well,
wasn't so bloated with just so much stuff.
Yeah.
It's not even that it's just bloated too. It's that you also have the competition, especially with the server merges. You've now condensed the player base yet again, so all those farming spots is going to be more of a battle to get those resources.
Right.
So it's
For
like,
sure. For sure.
not only do you need a ridiculous amount of resources, but you also have to fight other players for these resources and a lot of bots too still.
Yeah.
And it's just, for me, that's what kind of put me off, is I would go somewhere and everything's just gone all the time. And I'm like, why am I even doing this?
Yeah.
Like, I'm wasting hours just moving from point to point to get like 10 resource, and I need 10,000 of that resource. Like, it's not worth it.
Same thing with Diablo 4 and Hell Tides, man.
Yeah, I've mentioned this before in a previous podcast that we've had, but I think it's going to take some type of content that is different from what they have. So I've always said the game is New World. They're conquerors going to a new island, a new world, right, and experience things for the first time. Why don't, as a faction, Marauder, Syndicate, or whatnot, why don't we like pool our resources together to do like an off-island raid of like a nearby island? Do you see what I'm saying? Or like you're pooling resources to build a ship to then all going to this new island to raid what's there. You know what I'm saying? It's more content that's different than just doing a dungeon, doing expeditions.
I know for myself, it's like, but then what would happen to the original map? Like, I mean, yes, I could see it still being relevant, but would it?
Well, this island would be a small island. That could be like one thing you're going there for. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like a whole separate Turnham.
Like it'd still be.
I mean, yeah. Then I think you have what happens with other MMOs is that place just becomes desolate, right? Because everybody goes to the new stuff and just hangs out there, and then you've got nothing going back. Like the only reason to go back would be the resources and the farming of the resources.
Yeah, it's so many mindless little tasks that are just so repetitive. You get bored.
Yeah.
I gotta have a good playlist or something on Spotify to get me through and keep the jams pumping, man.
Yeah. I agree.
But the expeditions are really fun. I like that.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, they definitely need more of the dungeons and things and less of the big open areas. Like what they did was cool, but they only added one new dungeon, 2 new dungeons, something like that. So
or if there was even like a new interesting mechanic to it instead of like just the same old fire or ice or void. I don't know.
Anyway, I just figured I'd bring that up because, like I said, the New World's kind of been dead for a while, but apparently this summer there's supposed to be a big reveal. So,
yeah, I mean, I like where it's at. It's just, as far as MMOs go, like it's super grindy just to do basic things, whereas other stuff it's only really grindy if you want to do like the very advanced things.
Right.
So, I think that's the main thing that I would want them to work on. But at the same time, like you said, like a new area would be cool, or a new island. But I think lore-wise, that kind of contradicts everything they've had from the start, right? Is we can't leave.
Just really have to see over time, because once that's kind of the life and story of MMOs in general. Is new content comes out, you get a huge 300-400% surge in players, and then it for a month or so, and then it dives down till next new content. So we're really going to just have to see the trend over the next, year or two. And if they're releasing new content and you're seeing you go from like a 400% to a 300% to like 150%, if the new content isn't drawing new players in, then I think it's going to be dead.
Right. I agree.
Then it would
I
at
agree.
least indicate that the system as a whole is really dying. But I think a lot of people just wait for that new content to get dropped, and again, like look for something to a reason to come back and
Yep,
play.
I agree.
Because the season pass doesn't really add any significant new content unless you crazy care about the story. But even that, like with the season content I did, it didn't really add that much to the story either. So it was like there was no point in doing the season unless I wanted what was in the battle pass.
Well, and they'll have like the Crassius event and stuff like that, but what, you get to do that 3 times, and it's like, okay, that just took up about 45 minutes. Now what? Like,
well, and
now
the
what do I do?
loophole isn't changed. Like the stuff you're getting from that is still underpowered from where you're at now. A lot of those events aren't dropping 700 level gear, which is what the new cap is.
Right.
So it's like doing those events don't really mean anything anymore because they didn't change the loophole in them.
No, you're just gonna break it down and hope you get something from breakdown.
I don't know about you guys, but I get really annoyed too with how they like add new servers and take everyone away, and then they like take them away and they add and take away, and it's just like I wish we could just find a happy number.
Ooh, thoughts real quick, and then we'll move on to the next topic. What if they just did one major server?
I mean,
Good luck.
if they're
Good luck.
Like one North American server, you know what I mean? And then like one EU server.
Even to have like just a consistent like 4 or 5, not have like 5 or 6, and then add 8.
Yeah, I don't
And
even
then
know what
slowly
server we're
take
on
that
anymore. I'm
away.
gonna be honest.
I think we're
Valhalla.
still Castle.
We've changed 5 times.
No.
Since
Are we
I
on
got the game,
Valhalla
so-
now?
Yeah, Castle still got
That's
merged
it.
with Valhalla.
That's the one I've always wanted to be on. I'm a New World main now. Let's go back.
Perfect.
Let's do it. I'm ready. This is gonna be great.
But hey, man,
For Valhalla.
next topic. And speaking of that stuff that you had, just like the
I
pack
know.
you got, the Fallout TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Has any of you guys seen it? Because
No, not yet.
I absolutely love it. I think it's great.
I love it a lot.
Do you? Did you watch the whole thing?
I forgot what episode I'm on. I'm watching it with Jarrett.
Okay,
We're watching
okay.
it together. We like binge watch shows together because that's like our little couple thing.
Sure,
to do.
sure.
But so I haven't played the games,
Same.
but this just like I feel like I understand it like without playing the game. Like I understand like
Right.
the whole concept of like Fallout. Like
Yep.
it's
Right.
just like all these like different like even when like I think her name is Lucy or whatever her name is.
Yep. That's the main character. Yeah.
Like just like when she comes out of like that little bunker or whatever, the fallout shelter, like I was like, oh my god, like the world looked like that like after that. And it's crazy how she was like going to that little town and like I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm not good at explaining like how I feel about certain shows, but like it's just like the ghoul guy, like he's cool. Like the one no nose, like he's just badass.
Yep.
Like,
Isn't that Valentine like from New Vegas?
But it's really good though. Like I like it personally. It
I
keeps you
love the
like it's
Fallout
very
series. I've
action
been-
like
I've been a Fallout player since Fallout 3, and I'm excited to start the show. As a fan of the series, I've heard that the TV show is doing it justice, so I'm getting kind of excited to check it out.
That's good. Yeah, as long as it does it justice, that's all I really care about. I like Walter Goggins too, so that's exciting to see that.
Yeah, I played a little bit of New Vegas, like I said earlier, but like I didn't really get into the series. But I feel like this show does a really good job of if you know nothing about Fallout, you could watch the show and still know what's going on.
Oh,
like you don't have to have the background from the games to know. Sure, there's like the Pit Boys and there's like the little statues, of the guy like all over. There's little like homages to like the games and stuff, but you don't have to know anything about the games to understand and like the show. And like I'm cool with that because I don't know much about the Fallout series.
You guys got to get my hands on some Nuka-Cola. That's what you need in the back right now too, Dyslexic. Just get a whole shelf of Nuka-Cola bottles.
I'm excited to see where they go with it, like how many seasons they do and things like that.
yeah.
I mean, there's a
I
lot
want
of
to see
lore
some
to it
Death
if
Claws.
they really want to go through all the factions.
The power, dude. Oh my god, dude, the Brotherhood.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
for sure.
No, I am.
They could even go. They could easily turn it into a horror series for like a season 2.
Yeah. All the monsters and like
Oh,
mutations
dude, there is
of.
so
There's
well when you
Cthulhu
look at
type cults. There's the Mothman stuff. Like they can go all over the place.
but from a horror perspective, I mean, just the simple fact like those vaults were basically experiments.
Yeah.
And some of the shit that went down in those vaults, I mean, are on the same level of like Saw and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like they do some really horrific things and like they turn people into ghouls, they turn people into monsters, they do genetic experiments, psychological experiments. And you could have a whole horror series based on like the
vaults,
different vaults
yeah.
and the different fucked up shit that happens in there, dude.
Do they explain that in the games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah. You find terminals, computers, and if you take the time to read like all the notes, yeah, dude, there is
They
there
explain
is
what
some
it is.
really messed
it's
up
pretty rough
experiments that
sometimes.
happen on
Jeez.
people. It is like some of the most inhumane stuff you will ever read.
Yeah. Dude.
And so they definitely could have like an American Horror Story style, like Fallout Vaults or something is what it could be. Hey, Fallout Vaults, it's gonna be perfect.
Oh,
Horror
it's a spinoff,
series.
dude.
Yeah, dude,
There
I'm
it
calling
is.
Netflix right now. Netflix, call me, call me.
Netflix, call me.
It's on Prime, but it's fine.
There it is.
Prime.
There you
Call
go.
me.
There you go.
Huh.
Guys,
Get
the,
that
ne-
Bezos money, baby.
the
I
next
just know Netflix buys anything, so I figured
Dude,
that's my
anything.
best chance.
Yeah. What
True.
what is Borderlands gonna be on? I missed that.
Ooh.
What streaming
Wait,
service
that's
is Borderlands
That's a
gonna be on?
movie, isn't it?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
it's not a
say, I don't-
series?
No, that's
No,
a
it's a
movie. I
movie.
thought.
Oh, that's
yeah.
gonna suck then.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's like MGM or who, like Universal. One of those studios is doing
Yeah.
it.
When they do movies like that, it's gonna suck. They're gonna leave so much
And
out.
outside of Jack Black's like a claptrap. That's about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, I'm typically a Kevin Hart fan, but I don't think he's going to be a good Axton. I don't think
see.
he was a good fit for the job.
He was all right in Jumanji.
Let's start. Yeah, but it's a different role. in
Yeah, but when you
Borderlands.
know
That's true.
Borderlands and you know like how Axton talks and acts, like I think, and I know he's in everything, but seriously, Samuel L. Jackson would have done a great Axton,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Next topic, guys. We've talked about this before on the channel. Knights of the Old Republic. Officially, Saber comes out and
Back in the
says
game.
that the
Official.
remake is alive and well.
Okay.
I
So
love
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is alive and well. We were worried there because didn't they
Yeah, we were
sell
just talking about
right?
that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, because
Yeah.
the studio sold it,
Mm-hmm.
sold Saber, and
this
it was
is-
one of those where they hadn't said that it was over, but they hadn't really confirmed that it was like still going on, and so it
Sure.
was in that like, are they really going to keep like putting the resources
Mm-hmm.
into developing this? And that's great that they are, because I've talked about it several times. That is one of my most exciting remakes that I'm looking forward to playing again.
Yep.
So it's just going to be an updated KOTOR,
Yeah.
right? Like updated
Yeah.
graphics. and
Right.
all that.
I'm
okay,
sure-
good.
Right, yeah. I'm sure they're gonna do it to where like how Resident Evil like 2 and 3 and like how they did it to where it's the same story, but they'll add more to the story, you know, fill in some gaps, like extend it out a
Maybe.
little bit, I'm guessing.
There might be some kind of extended little kind of
But,
mini
yeah.
stories with it.
Yeah, but I
But
imagine
I think
it's gonna
just
be
the updated UI and like all the mechanics, like game mechanics, fighting mechanics. I'm just excited to build my own lightsaber and do my own Kuiper crystals and shit
There
in there
you
again.
go,
dude. I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
wait, dude.
Dude, I'm glad that they have the morality system, like a game that has the morality system in it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Alright.
gonna be fun.
Do you guys always do good or bad first, or do you switch it
Ooh,
up?
usually good first.
Same.
But when I
Yeah.
go bad, I go really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
When I go back, I go
the
really
most
bad.
evil choices out there, 100%.
In the online KOTOR online or whatever, yeah. I've definitely burned down villages as the
Oh, yeah.
Jeez,
as a bounty
bro.
hunter.
Yeah.
And
I
said
actually
FD to the Mandalorian.
was getting ready to add that sound button to Anakin. He's like, I killed them all, the women, the children. I was like, I can't do this, man. That's hard to listen to, bro. I was like, I can't do it.
The younglings, no.
Oh, yeah.
The youngins.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm
Yeah, I
excited for that.
sacrificed so many people in Fable 2. It was ridiculous. It was.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
there you
bad.
go.
I
There
made,
you
I
go.
made so many bad choices.
But I just got BioShock, the remake of BioShock.
Ooh, those are good.
Everybody was very excited
yeah.
about
I
that
love
one,
BioShock.
and it had very good reviews. So yeah, I did pick that up during.
Yeah,
this
I've played the
Black
whole
Sale.
I played the whole BioShock series. It's good.
Okay. Yeah. I never played
Infinite
the
was
first
a
one.
little, but Bioshock 1 and 2, I really liked.
Mhm.
They were so great. And the underwater theme, as someone who's terrified of the water, I think
Yes.
you too, Mr. J, are not a fan of ocean and water. So it was like to be in that bubble environment with these
Yeah.
like big daddies chasing you. I don't know why I had to say big daddies.
I mean, I was okay with Big
Um,
Daddy
like
chasing me.
that.
I mean, what?
you know. And then how you have you played it, Dyslexic? Have you
Oh
at
yeah,
all?
yeah. I played
Yeah. Okay.
two to
So like
infinite. I just didn't
the
do the
little
first one.
Eevees, how
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
I felt
Mhm.
so bad eating them, but I
I
wanted
mean,
their
they were
sweet
just
power.
leeches. It's fine.
I ate
Yeah.
babies.
Okay.
You
Okay.
ate
And cut.
leeches to
And
Skynet.
cut.
Okay.
Okay.
In game. In game.
In game.
Guys,
I
let's
felt bad.
let's stay with the Star Wars theme. All right? This next game
I'm here.
has gotten a ton of publicity lately, both positive and negative. The game I'm talking about is Star Wars Outlaws. Open world from Ubisoft game that centered around the like underworld, like the thievery, like all the being a bandit, right, of Star Wars. There it seems like there's going to be no lightsaber action, so a lot of the bad reviews are playing a Star Wars game without a lightsaber. What is this? You know,
Or force powers.
right? And it's
Or
like
maybe
I
they're
don't know. Like I don't mind. I don't mind trying it out. Like I'm not gonna go into it closed minded because I can't use a lightsaber. Like what's wrong with having a Han Solo type of experience, in a game? And I feel like that's what it'd be.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like
I
we're
don't
the
think there's
female
anything wrong
Han
with it.
Solo. So like I don't know. What have you guys heard about the game? What's your thoughts on Star Wars Outlaws?
Oh, with stuff like that, anyone who ever played Starfield are familiar with that, where it was the whole like being a smuggler mechanic and trying. There was a little bit of exhilaration into that, even though it wasn't any space combat or fighting. It was just like oh my god, dude, like I have an 80% chance of getting away with this scan. Is it gonna happen? And I think those mechanics could be kind of fun. Is it my kind of personal kind of tempo of a game? Probably not. But I think anything with the Star Wars logo definitely has potential. I think what was
Yeah.
the space fighting one? The Star Wars was like you had the ships.
Oh, Rogue Squadron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I heard great things about that.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Rogue Squadron was really good. Shadow of the Empire was first person with some flying in it for the N64 back in the day. That was really good. I actually have that out here. And then on GameCube I had the Boba Fett. You played as Boba Fett and you went around and you marked bounties and like you could kill them for less money, or you could rope them up and and you jumped around with a jetpack. You had rocket launcher. Like
jetpack.
it was great. Like it was super fun. No lightsabers, right? So it's just one of those things that it depends on what you're going for. Now, if it's anything like the quadruple A game that EB really recently put out,
Stop it.
I'm not too excited for that prospect. I think it will have fun elements, but I'm worried it's going to be designed the same way, which is going to be the story is short and sweet, and then it's just going to be a bunch of random missions to grind out and steal your wallet. And I'm not excited about that. I'm not. It feels a little bit with what I've seen like it's kind of a cash in on the thing, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to buy it though.
So
right out of the
here's like a talking point part B, right? Part of the negative reviews is so the game. Obviously, if you have like the Ubisoft like Connect, like the Ubisoft Plus, like their streaming service, you'll get the game, full game, everything, no problem. But it's a $70 game, like most games are nowadays, right? Full game coming out. But here's another negative review that the game is getting that Lava actually reminded me of in chat, saying that the game is $70, but there's an extended version for like $110. And aside from cosmetics that you get, there is also secret missions that you get if you buy the extended version.
One bonus mission.
But like, who knows how big it is or how extensive it is? You know what I'm saying?
Well, right,
but
exactly.
a lot of people
But is
are
that worth
complaining that it's like,
$40?
right. A lot of people are complaining. It's like, oh, wait a second. Like there's extra content that I would get if I pay more. You know what I mean? So that's also a negative review that's getting.
To see how big it is before you make a commitment to it. It's
Well,
important.
I think that it's right, and I think Asmongold kind of touched on this when he watched the trailer too. Is that it's really just a push for getting that everybody subscribes, right? You make it so outlandish to where it's not worth it to not just subscribe and pay the $15 for at least that 1 month to get it. So you have this influx to your subscription, and then you just kind of hope, oh, they don't remember to cancel it, right? They play the game, they like it, they don't like it, who cares? They're on board and they're subscribed, and we have them every month for a guaranteed amount of money, versus hoping that they put a bunch of money into this. And I think it's just a very blatant push to do that. Is my honest opinion. But again, if your game's not there, like, I don't even want to subscribe.
I definitely
if you're
fall into
putting
that
out
trap.
trash games, you're putting out trash games.
Like ESO, you know, which is a good game. It's just there's so much, and it's like to pay out every month.
Sure.
No, that's not, you don't have to pay for that stuff in ESO. That's the nice thing.
But if you don't, then you don't have access to like half the stuff unless you have some
Then you
sort
would
of
have to buy
subscription.
it separate. Yeah. But it's all there for you for $15 a month to get all that content for free. That's a pretty solid deal.
I definitely fall into the Ubisoft trap, though. But to be fair, I actually enjoy a lot of Ubisoft games, like Assassin's Creed and Far Cry, obviously Skull and Bones. Like, I'll try Star Wars when it comes out. So I actually play a lot of Ubisoft games. So, like, I don't mind spending that $15 a month, but I absolutely do agree with you that they are heavily marketing, get our subscription service. So I do agree with you on that point.
Allie, where's your notes? What you got?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of iffy with the Star Wars games. Like,
too many of them?
I used to play the one with the Fallen Order with Cal Kestis, and I feel like every single time, the stories, like, I think the first game that I played when it came out, I like flew by the game. Like, the story was just so quick. I was like, what just happened? I was like, what? Is that it? I feel like I don't want to be cut short on a story, and I have to pay all this money for a new game, but like the open world, like the fighting styles, making your own lightsaber, like the fighting in the Fallen Order was like on like point. Like, it was so cool. Like, you do all these fucking flips and shit, and like throw his lightsaber like in a circle. Like, it's just like the mechanics and the actual like open world and the graphics is amazing. But I'm not gonna be falling short on a story that I'm like, okay, what happens next? Like, where's the part 2? Like, where's the other story? I don't want to be like gypped. Like, but I like
5 years and $100 later, you'll get the
yeah,
next
you have to
one.
wait. Like, I don't want to wait for it. Like, I just want it. Just put everything that you need just in that game, and then make it a good ending. Because I feel like with every Star Wars franchise, every movie, like, the story just fell through. Like, recently, like with the new Star Wars movies, like Rey and all that shit. Like, how can you just end it like with her just in the sunset, like Rey Skywalker? Like, how can you just end it right there and the credits roll? Like, what happens next? Like, where's her journey? Like, what's her journey as calling herself a Skywalker? Like, show me her journey. I want to see what she does next.
See, I was gonna say, like, spoiler alert, but she's a Palpatine.
And she took the Skywalker
And
name.
it's just like the whole
rude.
like, and it was like Cal Ren. He was the Skywalker.
It's just weird.
And
that
so
they
it's
just
just like
cut her
Rise of the
short
Skywalker,
every
and at the end, I'm
time.
like, I'm just confused. Like, isn't she a Palpatine at the end?
Yeah, like, why did she
And
take the Skywalker
I was like,
name?
this is
Does she
just,
get to
I
take
don't
this
like this.
name?
I'm not happy with this.
Baby girl, where's your right? Where's your right? But no, I feel like it'll be a great game, but I don't want to be like taken away from the story. Like, I don't want
That's fair.
you to put all this graphics into the game, all this fighting techniques, all this customization, and then the story they just say like fuck it. Like, let me just end it with the cliffhanger, and you have to wait like 10 more years for another game. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Like,
The only
it's
Star
either
Wars
worth my
game,
money or not. You know.
the only Star Wars game I ever liked outside of Knights of the Old Republic was oh, of course I'm blanking out right now.
Good game.
Battlefield.
Good game.
Yeah, I was going to say
Battlefront.
the original
Battlefront.
Battlefield from 2000s. Thank you.
Battlefront,
I've been getting into the devil's gypsum tonight. It's been great. But the original Battlefront back in the 2000s, like the like kind of the horde mode or like the PvE battles that you would have in that were just, they crushed it, dude. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Other than that,
The
Star
fighting
Wars
is
is set.
good,
Yes.
but like this everything else is not.
Yeah, so when the
Well, maybe-
remake came
maybe
out, it was
this
like,
one's
this is
got a
gonna be
little pet.
awesome, and then it wasn't.
Maybe this one, it has a little pet. It's got a ray gun, right? A blaster. Maybe you get to customize all that fun stuff and make
I
it
mean,
yours too. Yeah.
I kind of want to get it,
For
but I
money.
don't want to be like sad when the story ends and I
Right.
don't know what happens next. I hate that and
I know.
everything.
Crit reminded me of one of the greatest Star Wars games ever created.
Uh-oh.
Okay?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Come on.
I was just about to say
Pod Racer on N64?
Pod
Racer.
I don't
Oh
know
my
about that one,
God.
bud.
What?
Oh my God.
One of
I don't
the
know about
best
that one,
games
bud.
ever.
On the N64, no. In like an arcade, yes, 100%.
How dare you? How dare you?
It's all about Mario Kart and Rampage. Anything else is
I
blasphemy.
mean, Rampage is just a classic.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I think,
no,
I
for
think too, go back to you, like Battlefront was so good because you had this, well, at least Battlefront 2 had the Galactic Battle, which to bring everything back to Helldivers because it was all connected. It, we're fighting a real-time war, and Battlefront 2 had that, right? Like the Galactic War was you pushed into the enemy territory and they tried to bounce back and you had to defend.
So Helldivers
You
copied
ruled the galaxy.
Battlefront.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
Helldivers.
Now I get it.
Now you get it.
See, Dyslexic, they pretty much have one of the walkers that spawn in every map now.
Oh god.
You see that?
All right, so I guess we're doing that. Huh?
Summit.
I guess we're
Bigfoot who? What?
God, what
I
were
ain't
you?
seen no pictures.
I see.
What
No.
were you?
Bigfoot's real. Nobody cares.
Yeah, he's of course real because we killed him so many
So
times.
many.
And he
That's
keeps
true.
on,
That's very
he keeps on
true.
coming
And he
back to
keeps
life.
coming
His
back.
family now.
Motherfucker has 1,000 lives, all right?
It's turning into like the Jaws series, where it's like the
Comes back all the
kid is
time.
always comes back. It's like they killed my paw.
Like, didn't I just kill this motherfucker just the other night? Like,
Yeah,
why is
right?
he still like?
Yeah.
This guy has 1,000 fucking lives. Bigfoot's real. Okay, watch them shows
Yeah,
on like
he is,
fucking
100%.
Paramount Plus or fucking National fucking whatever. It's real.
Yeah.
Come on.
Watching Bigfoot like TV shows is one of my favorite things. Absolutely, like
Like the
cryptid
Alaskan
encounters,
Bigfoot
dude.
people, like
Oh my
it's
god, I love it.
interesting.
I
Or
believe
even
it.
like
I
any
believe.
paranormal shit.
I believe.
anything.
100%. 100%.
I
And
had
we did kill him.
Allie, I want you to start us off with this last topic. All right. I want your thoughts on this last topic here tonight. All right, because we talked about it beforehand. So you're gonna start us off. I saw this and I'm like, our world is
God.
gonna be taken over by robots. Elon Musk, okay, has already done artificial like brain implants of like chips in brains, right? Already trying to make us robots. But now his next step is he's now going to like for artificial vision to basically cure blindness or to like fix that based on like implants and chips in like the brain
They've
and
been
eyes.
working on that. They've had devices like that for like a decade or so now.
Well, Elon Musk is using Neuralink, his like system,
Yeah.
where it's that's gonna take over the world. That's what he's gonna cure blindness.
It's gonna be like South Park, where it's like the Alec Baldwin. He has like the like shitter implant or whatever, and it's like all of his thoughts just go out there. That's what it's gonna be like, man. It's just
Allie, what do you
stupid.
think about this?
It's just so weird. It's just so weird, like how our like world has evolved so much with technology, but this motherfucker steps into the picture. Reading this article, this guy Brian has 25 fucking chips in his brain.
holy crap.
Like, just think, like, you can just be sitting there like, I have 25 fucking chips in my brain. Like, that shit's fucking crazy. But basically, they were 25 chips are in his brain, so they're doing like study testing like on a wireless thing, basically to help people with that are blind. So he was like the first one ever to go through this procedure or whatever, and he basically like lost vision in his eye when he was 17 after his retina detached. So from 17 until now he's 56, he was blind. But like, if they're going through like a testing, like a study testing, like I would not want to put chips into my fucking brain if they're still in study testing. Like that's just freaky. Like you don't know who's watching. Like it's like that one show where they put the little thing in their brain where it can like I forgot what it's called. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Sounds like Black Mirror or something or others. but-
Yes, that show.
Okay.
It's like that. It's like, well, how if they can censor certain things? Like, it's just really weird, like how like he just puts like it's just really weird. I don't know. I don't like it. I
I don't
think
trust it.
I don't trust
yeah,
it. Like if it's in
At
the
all.
studying, if it's in the studying, like they're still trying to figure it out. Like, why would you put that shit in your brain? Like, I
Yeah.
know that you're
Yeah.
blind, and like you've been blind since you were 17, and like your retina. Like, I understand that. Like, I'm not blind, but like, you can't see out of your one eye. Like, you can't see the world. You can't see like anything. So like, I mean, he's 56, but like,
Right.
he kind of lived his life already. But the point is, it's just so weird that you're putting shit in your brain that you don't even know anything about, and that's
And
just the weird
right.
part. It's
They've been just
smart.
doing that
Smart
for
people that
blind
are
people for
blind.
a while though. They had literally like sunglasses that
Yeah.
they just drilled holes into their brain and the wires just ran straight through their
I
head
feel like Elon is
to
just
like,
like
make them see
You know,
again.
the
It's
terrifying
wild.
part is it's just like you don't know, like unless you're a software engineer and know exactly what they're putting in there, dude. Like you don't know.
Right.
it's
Mhm.
weird. It's just
And
weird.
It's like,
It's
can you
weird.
really trust people who could have that like amount of like power
Yep.
over everything too? You know, and then once you get into implants and other stuff like that, at what point do you maybe not even become yourself anymore?
Mhm.
And then it's just
It's just
I
weird.
think
Like,
having something like a robotic hand, arm, leg, like is one thing, but to seriously be putting chips in to
Your brain.
mess with neuron functions and stuff like that is terrifying. And unfortunately, I don't trust people enough to have them put chips in my brain.
Right.
I think if you're willing to be the guinea pig at this point, and it's that like
Yeah,
one
especially
shot
a
that you
guinea pig.
have,
I was a guinea
like,
pig
Did
as
it-
a I was a guinea
I'd go
pig
for it.
canvas for tattoos, brain implants, pass.
Didn't he also put like in your wrist like a chip so like you could pay with credit card like from your wrist?
Oh, I don't know, but that's
Didn't he do that too?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
They
I
have
don't think it was-
chips that they can
I-
put in your wrist where you can just hold it up to things and
Yeah.
it's like
And
a
then
tap
put
to
it-
pay like method
Yeah.
Just
and
like your
shit.
phone, yeah. Wild.
It's the
That's-
world.
that's
I wouldn't
weird.
do that. That's not worth it to me.
I just like you have a fucking thing on your credit card. Like
Yeah.
use like
Yeah. I mean,
can-
if that
or
thing
Apple
rusts
Pay,
at all,
like
you get
Apple
radiation
Pay,
or
you can
whatever.
double click and then you boom. Like
Yep.
you have like it's just weird because you don't
Yeah.
know what you're putting in your body, and to trust somebody like that. Like Elon is just pulling fucking shit out of his asshole, and he's like, "Yo, here you go, guys." Like, it's crazy.
I often talk about that. I feel like we do get so focused on, and I think, like they say in Jurassic Park, that we get so focused on something we can do, or if we can do it, that we often sometimes don't stop to think of whether we should or not. Especially with how new a technology is it's just don't be in such a race to again like something that can totally mess someone up,
Yeah.
like medically, physically, psychologically. It's a big thing to just be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna test this out, but at some point it has to be tested
test
on
out.
something or someone, and
I think they did test on
inevitably
monkeys
we'll
or
have to
something
cross that
first, right?
precipice. But god dang, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just wild. Like
Yep.
even at work, I was thinking about it. I'm like, that's just really fucking weird. It's just
If I
really
can get laser eyes,
weird.
will I do it?
Like, yeah,
Yes.
he's helping you see, like he's helping you because you're blind. You've been blind since you're 17. Like, you have a reason, like, to get it. Like, he's helping people. But like, don't just put it in a test study and then you put 25 chips in his brain. 25.
Yeah.
You're gonna just put one for a test trial? You put 25.
11 said,
So-
"What if like the chips could help like military veterans with PTSD?"
Yeah.
I feel like it's beneficial. Like,
So I mean, there could be
aside of me-
applications for it.
yeah, like aside of me,
Oh, yeah.
it's like I love the idea, but just like
Scary.
you're just risking your life just to put all those chips in your brain because it's on a study testing. Like, it's just like the COVID shot. Like when that first came out, like it was like so super fast. People were like, I'm not really too sure.
Right.
And then everyone started getting it because like they're still in study trials. Like it's a study trial for a reason. It's a point in time where you're literally just studying. Like you're getting more information about like whatever it is.
Right.
But like if it's helping veterans, like I'm all for veterans.
Sure.
Go for it. Like you served your time in the country, you deserve to see. You served your time. You're a veteran. You protect our country. Go for it. But like, it's just weird to me. Like I personally wouldn't do it. That's just me as a person. Because if I'm blind, I'm blind. Like
Right.
it's life. Life goes on. We live life, and but I wouldn't trust putting a chip in my brain. That's just not my mentality. I just don't think that's like morally like I'm gonna just put a chip inside my brain. Like it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just really makes me like irky. It's like an ick. Like
Yeah, I'd say if there's no other options and like you have no other
and
opportunity
the money
to
too.
make
Like
things
if you
happen.
can't afford it.
Oh, if it's a study, it's probably they're
Well,
paying
it's
for
probably like a
everything. So,
trial, yeah.
yeah.
Right.
But even
Which
if
is
even
nice.
after the study trial point, like if you have to buy it and it's expensive, then it's like,
Hmm.
like I'm
That's
just uncertain
that's
about
American
it.
medicine, though. Yeah,
We're
you
just
want to
gonna study
live.
test it and then we're gonna make it,
Yeah.
give me your money.
Hmm.
All right, guys, we got to get to Bigfoot, but we have some community questions, and I feel like we could rapid fire these. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of give our answer.
Let me get my notes out.
Alright,
Give our answer quick. Killer actually added a couple new ones in chat earlier, so I added those on, but they're
he did.
pretty easy.
Okay.
We
course he
could
did.
get those in there. The first one, a Fallout themed question: if there was a nuclear wasteland like in Fallout, what would be your trade skill? Like, what would be what keeps you alive?
Oh, probably perception. I've always relied pretty heavily on perception on those games, being able to see farther, being able to aim better,
Sure.
target better. I just think, having the kind of the battle knowledge and the foresight to kind of know what you're getting into, the perception is always one of my favorite skills to have.
Okay. Dyslexic?
Yeah, I think there's like food perk or whatever, so I could just basically eat everything, iron stomach or something like that. I'd probably go with that.
Is that on endurance or something? What was that in? Endurance?
Fair.
Remember.
Fair.
Well,
Allie, what
if I
about
could
you?
eat anything?
Oh.
I'm good.
Allie, what about
Cannibal
you?
baby.
Why did Chris say sex slave?
that would definitely be his trade skill. Yes. Yeah.
Like I said, I don't really know anything about Fallout, but I kind of said like maybe being like a scavenger and crafting kind of person.
Okay.
So like maybe honing your trade skills in that and like salvaging things, like basically like you could turn scraps into essentials for survival. Whether you're crafting weapons from salvage or saying like you can make your own like purifier for water if it's contaminated, because it's a wasteland, it's nuclear. Like you don't know what is out there. So like I feel like being resourceful would keep myself and others alive, and just like even just honing that scavenging and like making tools. Like you're just reliable. You're a reliable person, so people would want to be like you're like your go-to. So like that's what I would do. I think that would make me survive, is honing those skills, scavenging that metal, and making shit like for everybody. Like it's just I feel like that would be
I was
Everyone is useful, but you'd be the most useful.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. I'm boutique, of course I'm useful.
I was thinking for me, I would probably be like an informant of some kind, like somebody who like you would send out to like go talk to somebody or like to
Social. Got
yeah, like somebody who
you guys really don't know these games, do you?
no, but
So you got
again,
charisma for you. then.
charisma probably yeah. Like that would probably be
I'll
mine.
eat you first, is what you're saying.
What?
I'll eat you first because you're gonna show up to my thing and I'm just gonna say, "Hey, food," and you're gonna be like, "Hey,
I'm gonna
there's
talk
this other
my-
place," and I'm gonna be like,
I'm gonna talk my
"Come
way
on."
out of it. I'm gonna talk my way out of it. You're not gonna eat me. I'm gonna persuade you to do something else.
You'll tell me what I want to know, and I'm still gonna eat you. That's just how it's gonna go.
Next question is Star Wars themed, and this is quick. We kind of already talked about it a little bit. If you could pick, but not like you couldn't go back, you couldn't flip flop. You were this one, and that was it. Would you be a Sith or a Jedi?
Oh, Sith, 100%.
Like you were Sith for life. You could never like, I want to be good now and go to Jedi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jedi.
Jedi.
I
I
have
was
my
gonna say,
reasons.
I don't think I could do Sith. I'd have to go Jedi.
I'm saying I'd
Can I
have
read
As
my
much as I
speech?
want to be a bad person, I could never do some of those things, man.
I could do some bad things as a Sith, but not like continual
Kill the
forever.
children.
Yeah, you
Right.
don't, you don't have
And
to
choke
murder
the love of your
babies,
life
but,
with
you
your
know,
fucking-
How
younglings.
about no? I'd rather be a good guy.
Yeah.
There's just too much power, man.
Yeah.
There's too much power in the dark side.
These
Gotta
last
deal with
two, these last two came from Killer. What is
Oh,
everybody's
Jesus
dream
fucking
job?
Christ. Where I'm at
You're
right
looking
now.
at it.
Really? So podcasting, Schmidtty, is that what you're saying?
Streaming,
Sure.
content
Yeah.
creating, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
I'm bad at it, but it'd be my dream job.
There you go.
Allie?
This is the same question as the Fallout one crit guy.
I would say, I mean, where I'm at, so I graduated college already. I mean, I love being a streamer, but I wouldn't like do it full time. Like, I wouldn't like dedicate my whole entire life. Like, I
Sure.
want to. Don't get me wrong. Like, I would love to. But like being that assistant director and just being there for the teachers and understanding them and like, just like I want to be that person where you can just go to for anything. And like
Yeah.
being in that position, like I feel like I have that power to do so, and I just feel like a boss ass bitch. Like I feel like a
Dang.
boss lady.
No.
Like,
Like,
a mouse.
So I love like being in the admin world. Like I do want to continue my education and probably get into more like being a principal, or like I want to go for my
Okay.
master's and my whatever degrees and maybe be a principal one day. I don't know.
Sure.
But I kind of want to do that in life, like that kind of like role person to be like higher up that you can go to for anything. Because I'm a very open person. I'm very nice, only when I want to be. If you piss me
Sure.
off, I'm a bitch.
Yes.
But do not get on my bad side. That's one thing I tell everybody. If you are nice to me, I'm going to be nice to you.
Mhm.
Okay, you treat people with respect.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to treat people the way you want to be treated, then you treat them nicely. But I'm not going to be a bitch to you for no reason. That's not my persona. Like, I'm going to be nice to you to the T. Like, if you're being, like, disrespectful, I'm like, oh, really? Like, that, like, nice little, like, really? Because I don't hate. I don't do that. I don't hate. I dislike you. And if I hate you, then there's a serious fucking issue.
Yep.
If I hate you, do not even speak to me. Don't even look my way. Like I said, I'm very nice. But the second you fuck with me, sorry for the profanity. The second you fuck with me or anybody in my family, I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that flat out.
Right.
If you like a couple like in my life, like I lost a lot of friends. I've had a couple of fake friends that I currently just lost recently. They're not my friends anymore because they're jealous on where I'm at right now. I'm 22, I'm assistant director. I stream for a living. I have great people in my life. I have you guys in my life. And if they don't fucking like it and they're jealous and you're like 50 years old and you have nothing to do with your life and you're 40, like, no. Like, I earned my fucking spot. I earned this shit. I'm gonna rock it. I'm gonna be a boss ass bitch.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
So, yep, that's all I gotta say.
Dyslexic, what was yours?
I would do what my original life goal was that I failed at miserably, which was marine biology, where you go out and tag the fishies and
Yeah.
see where they swim, that kind of thing. That was always very fun.
I had a stint where I wanted to go do that.
prospect to me. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was younger, I wanted to, but I had to take high level science classes, and I'm like, nope, I don't want to do this.
Hey, same.
I don't want to do science classes to do this.
They're like, hey, we don't really have that track for you at this school, so we're just going to throw you in with the pre-meds. And I was like, excuse me?
Nope, definitely not doing that. Dude, me personally, I don't know, like now doing something like video game related, like later in when I was younger, I might have had a different thought, like professional football player, but like now something like video game creation or content creation or like a video game tester, like something like that, something in that kind of world where kind of like what Schmidtty said, like streaming, but like more from a video game tester kind of perspective.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That'd be mine.
If I like, I don't know, if I really like, I was sitting here and still streaming very much up there, but I do have to also say like a musician, like
Sure.
to be able to sing on stage and do something like that. Like, I think I might even take that over live streaming, like just to perform shows on stage, which I've done a handful of times in my life. It's just been such a fun experience to be up there with that energy and vocals and band, and
Right.
Yeah.
I'd love to rock the house for a living every night, dude.
Right.
Every fucking night.
Next question also came from Killer earlier. What's everybody's favorite video game of all time?
Of all time?
Helldiver.
I knew that was coming. Knew it.
Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
My place in my heart, because I started
that's a very
streaming
good
with
one.
Red Dead.
Yep.
The story is moving. It's emotional. Keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Yep.
It's perfect. They did it awesome. They did it awesome with that game.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Where's the update?" I don't care about no fucking update.
The original
Do
game
the
was good.
story.
Yeah.
It was a
Do the
great game. It did a
story.
good story.
You want to know
just
what?
leave
The
it as is.
story, it didn't leave you off of that cliffhanger. Whatever choices you made, if even it was the good choice, he ended right there, and it still continued afterwards
Yep.
with, I don't want to spoil it, but they still added that after.
Yeah.
You still have that after. You can still play that after.
Yeah.
It's not just like, boom, then you're done.
And
That's
that
why I like
matters
Red
so
Dead.
much. There's actually something they released a couple days ago that the top 8 out of 10 games that were played in the entirety of 2023 were 7 years or older.
Yep.
And so they were like the most played
It's the
games. 8
stories.
out of the 10 are 7 or more years old. So it's
Yep.
like these games that have come out in this last almost decade, they're not what people are playing. They're playing the story games. They're playing the games
Yep.
they have the connection, and they're playing fun games.
Because
Because they're so
everybody's
good.
tired of the microtransactions and the battle passes.
and
you
the,
know,
and the
that's what it
shitty
is.
stories and just
And back
Or,
then, it
or
was
none at all.
or yeah,
fucking
it's like they
mattered.
take it where it's like they have a cohesive great long story, but then they cut it up and it's like, oh well, we'll do the first like 1/6 of it, and that'll be the main game for 70, and then we'll release the 4 other the 4 other segments, for like $40 a piece. And it's like, dude, it's still only maybe like 16 hours worth of content where the story they should have been in there to begin with, man, because I'm not going to spend $70 if it's only going to
Oh,
be like a
no.
10-hour campaign. Fuck that, dude. That is
Red
not
Dead
worth
took
my
me, like-
money.
Red Dead
If
took
I
me, like,
can't
I don't
get
know, like,
at least 50 to 70 hours out of a game for $70, it's just not worth it for me.
Yeah.
Not at that price.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Like I said, like Red Dead, like it was worth the money.
Yeah, what a great
Because
story too. Oh
It
my
was
God.
great. I cried. I have it. I
When you
have a
went to
clip of me
Mexico for the first
crying.
time and crossed the river, the music,
Yeah,
dude, the
it's
music,
just
the score on that was
everything.
incredible.
Just like the
I loved
whole
going down and being a
lore.
bandito. And
Like I want to be a cowboy. I want a horse.
Oh,
Like
it
the
was
whole
great.
lore of it is just like you actually felt like you're in that time period. Like you
Yeah,
felt like
right.
you were there. And like it's not like, oh, Star Wars is all made up. It's a
you got to
fictional.
find
Like
Bigfoot.
Red Dead. All that shit kind of happened. Like it was that way back then.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of like you can make that connection and be like, oh my god, like this is what this is it. Like this is like what happened back then, and I'm feeling it right. I'm living in the moment. Like I can experience it while I'm playing the game, and it's just
Right.
awesome. Like it's just a great story, and everyone that I've talked to in chat or I stream with, like. They're like, yo, this is awesome. Like, I love
Dude,
Red Dead
great
2.
game.
Like, everyone
game,
just
both of
talks about it so highly. Like, I don't care about no update. I don't care. Rockstar did its job. They did their job, and they did it fucking right.
Well, I
No
don't know
more
about any of
updates.
y'all either. Like, I had an Xbox One. I'm sure all the PS4 players out there, like, look at how well that ran on those
Still does.
gen consoles, and it still does. But the point I'm going to make is then when Cyberpunk came out, and
Ooh,
it
yeah.
just it couldn't do anything. That I remember that's what kept running through my head as I was like, fucking Red Dead did this, and it looked incredible. All the hoof prints in the snow for the start of Red Dead 2.
Yes.
It looked amazing. And then so I was like, Cyberpunk's got this, dude. I'm not worried at all. And then when it came out, I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Right.
Red Dead did this. It can be doable on this gen console. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how they dropped the ball so fucking hard, dude. Because it was such a beautiful game. Both of them, still to this day, they will last forever.
Yeah, I want to play it again, but I want to go to the bad route. I want to see, because like I said, I'm a good person. I love the good guy route. I was sobbing, and I used to go back in my Xbox clips, and I used to watch it and sob. I would sob because it's just it's so emotional. Like he did not deserve that. He did not. He at the end of the story.
Hey,
whoever passed the
spoiler
job-
alert. Come on. I haven't beat it yet.
I actually still haven't either, but I know what happened, and maybe that's why I haven't beaten it because I don't like.
I actually was
They
there.
make me feel. I don't
Allie,
like to feel things.
Allie, I was actually there in your stream when you beat
I
it
think
on
I was there
stream
at
the
the
other
end,
day. You know
too.
what I'm saying?
I sobbed because it's just so emotional. Because like the whole entire story of him, like he redeemed himself. Like you got to think, like even playing the story, or like I'm not gonna try to spoil it at that much, but like
John Marston.
the redemption, Red Dead Redemption. It's in the title. He redeemed himself because he realized that people that he was with were snakes.
Yeah.
They were snakes, and they weren't good for him.
Yeah.
And he realized that, and he, you know.
Why I have a whacking stick for my snakes
Yeah.
But no, like awesome
for
game.
whacking day.
Awesome job, Rockstar.
But I'd say, yeah, it goes back to story. For me, it'd be either Half-Life or Halo, one of those for sure. Just
See, I
because
was
the environment and the world building and the stories were just so good.
Every
in
time I
such
have a
short
game in my
span.
head and I hear you guys mention something that isn't that game, I'm like, God damn it, I'm changing my mind.
I was gonna say either Halo 2 or Halo 3, just from like the fond memories that I have of like the story, but then also the multiplayer aspect. Like just at that time in my life when that came out, I spent so much of my life and like so many LAN parties like playing those things. You know what I mean? Like I would probably say Halo 2 or Halo 3.
Oh god, the wires and cords for those LAN parties, dude.
Yeah.
You'd have like your little fucking like 27-inch bubble screen TV. You'd be
Yeah,
taking it
dude.
and doing linking everything up.
Yep.
I would probably, I won't say any specific Halo. If I had to pick a Halo Reach was probably like, oh, I love Halo Reach. But I'd have to mention Borderlands 2. So I think Halo Reach and Borderlands 2, I can't make a choice between the two of them. And then of course, like you have Fallout. It's just they do all three games do what they do so well.
The old games.
At least early Halo, like Halo 4 or 5, I found it hard to kind of I've never beaten those stories. Yeah. And I always meant to go to like Master Chief Collection. It's always been a dream to like play through. Maybe we should do that like some Thursday night, play through all of the Halos, because I've always wanted to go through chronological order and play like from Reach all the way through Halo 5 and just like do the whole story. Always wanted to do that.
Aaron, hold on, I got you.
The last topic, and I'll bring it up, or the last question that we had, that we're going to end it tonight, is what is your guys' best dad joke? Schmidtty, you got one? Or I think Allie's ready to go. So we're going to start with Allie.
I was like, judging by Allie's face, I'm like, this is going to be good.
What is your best dad joke?
It's going to be really funny. I don't know if I can say it. It's going to be really funny. I hope it's going to be funny.
Come on over, Schmidtty, and we'll do split screen.
This guy.
Oh my god, the box in the back of the TV.
Dude, I think I used to have that exact TV.
The handles in the back, right?
We'll play split screen.
I used to play Assassin's Creed on a TV exactly like that.
Jesus.
Okay, you ready for my dad joke?
All right, go, Ellie.
How else am I going to play my Super Nintendo, man?
Okay.
You gotta.
Okay. Why does Snoop Dogg always carry an umbrella?
Ooh.
Why?
Because it's raining gin and juice.
For drizzle.
Yes. Good.
I thought that was the funniest. For drizzle.
Dyslexic, the question was favorite or best dad joke that you got.
Ooh.
You got one or you need time to think about it?
What did one wall say to the other?
What?
I'll meet you in the corner.
We got a snort. We got an alley snort. Oh god. So a guy walks into a bar, and he was disqualified from the limbo contest.
Oh.
Walked into. Yep.
Oh.
Because he walked into the bar. Yep. Got it.
That's good.
I had to think about it.
A man picked up a hitchhiker, and the hitchhiker said, "Aren't you scared that I might be a serial killer?" And he goes, "The chances of 2 serial killers in one car is astronomical."
Hey, got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Why was the stadium so hot?
Why?
Because all the fans left.
I hate it here.
Yep. That's good. That's good.
I have so many dad jokes on my sleeve right now, but
We're not talking about, the 49ers stadiums.
Okay,
are we?
guys, come on. Like, we don't need to go into it, all right? It was just
Yeah,
the
'cause
dad
I-
joke. You guys stop it. Cut the podcast right here.
this is done. It's done.
But, guys, actually, that is it. That's all we got for tonight. Anybody else have anything on their mind before we head out and get into some Bigfoot hunting?
Yeah, let's get that Bigfoot.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
Thank
go.
you for having me.
Oh,
Yeah,
our
thank you for
pleasure.
being
Always
here,
a
Allie.
pleasure.
I fucking loved it.
Every Tuesday.
Absolutely.
I
You're
loved
more
it.
than welcome.
But
Yeah.
well, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Every Tuesday here in the After Hours podcast, we do a new episode, 8:30 p.m. Central Time on channel twitch.tv/Schmidtty32, twitch.tv/MrJ Gilbert. And thank you, as always, to DyslexicOctopi and Boutique Gamer for tuning in on this week's episode. So be sure to stick around. If you have any questions or anything that you would like to submit to us to answer on stream, go ahead and join our Discords, join us on stream, post your question, and we will try to get to it within the next podcast. I appreciate you guys, and since Allie is the newbie, you are stuck with giving the send-off.
What do you mean send off?
Like the final farewell. Oh, here we go. Yes.
Perfect. Oh no, my internet. Oh no. Oh whoa.
Wait, I thought she was like spinning around to say something. I was totally waiting for it the whole time.
No, she just
Yep.
pulled a Dr.
That's-
Evil and
that's
just.
so
Yep, it's just like, and done.
So
Scene.
good. All right.
Scene. That was good. That was
Oh, drizzle. Peace out, sleep dogs.